Hi y'all, Kraken Latte here. We got us another raw gold video, but this time it's a bit different. We'll be looking at something called a shuffle, which is farming mats, crafting items, and then vendoring the products for that sweet, sweet gold. We'll be looking at a popular one this time, and that's the one surrounding Atal'Dazar. But first, let's give a warm welcome to my newest patrons, Gur and John Droylard. Thank you so much for your support, and welcome to the Kraken crew. Alright, let's get into it. So, first things first. Atal'Dazar is a Battle for Azeroth dungeon, which means at the time of this video, it's current expansion content. That means you can't just run in willy-nilly on a fresh alt and expect to get anywhere. I recommend being at least 440 or higher to do this comfortably. You can do it lower, my lowest attempt being at 420, but it'll just be harder and more time consuming. The higher geared you are, the better. Next, you need skinning and leatherworking. They don't have to be on the same character, but of course it's easier if they are. At the very least, your skinning toon is the one you need geared and ready. For skinning, make sure to have rank 3 in at least bones and scales, as that's what we'll be farming. For leatherworking, make sure to at least have it leveled high enough to craft the shimmer scale strikers. That's the item we'll be crafting. As a note, this is totally doable on any class. Most folks tend to be using their demon hunters since that's the trendy thing right now, but I can do this just fine on my hunter. So don't feel pressured to make a specific class if you don't want it. Once you're ready, make sure you've got the dungeon set to normal since that's what we'll be farming it on, and slide on in. Now that we're inside, let's take a look at what we're doing in here. See these cute little saurids? We're going to be murdering them and all their friends. Tough luck, kids. The bridge areas are where all these little guys are, shown here on the map, so you don't even have to worry about bosses or other mobs. However, there is one dino you'll also be skinning that can put a hose in your wrench if you don't deal with it right. The Screamers. These guys will cast a fear that you need to interrupt if you can't kill them before they do so. They'll slow you down a lot if you don't, so watch out for that. There are also dire horns and their mistress in the center. I definitely recommend you take them out too for the extra mats, as I found a significant difference in the results if they are skipped. And, of course, you want to make sure to grab these screamers up on the sides here too for a full clear. All their skins belong to us. It takes only a few minutes to do all that. It really is pretty straightforward. So here's my results from one clear, which looks pretty promising. I can craft 9 strikers already, so that's pretty rad. Now you just run on out, reset the instance, and clear it 9 more times for the full lockout. You should be able to easily do this in under an hour, 20 to 50 minutes depending on your gear and class. For me, it's about 45 minutes because I'm lazy and barely geared. I don't bother too much to clear it that fast since I'll hit instance lockout either way. Just for funsies, I decided to go ham and pull everything to see if I could do it. Let me tell you, that was a mistake. I'd hoped that since I got sweet essences and such that I could, but those screamers, man, they gave me the middle claw for sure. Won't be doing that again. Top keck to myself. So before we move into the total results, I also want to point out that you may be inclined to use your Zandalari skinning enchant to speed it up. It won't work. I tested this since I heard a rumor that instances aren't always considered to be in that expansion zone, so in this case, Atal'Dazar is not in Zuldazar, I guess. Other ways you can speed up skinning though are by using the Darkmoon Firewater, or by being a Worgen. So I keep the enchant on my best gloves anyway, since they're needed outside, but I actually have a second pair that have Zandalari crafting on them, which you'll want for sure. Alright, now to the juicy stuff. So here are my results from all 10 runs before I've sold anything. Lots of grays, a handful of greens, and of course, the raw materials. Got us a healthy haul of goodies, and with all of this, I can craft a delicious 126 strikers. At the base vendor price of 56 gold, that's a bit over 7,000 gold minimum. Of course, like most gear that you can craft that isn't epic level, it has a chance to proc into blues since this item is a base green. Which, those blues vendor for 67 gold each, so your income will be higher. As for the green BOEs you got from farming, you can either disenchant or vendor those, depending on your service prices. Enchanting mats on my server are quite low right now, so I get more gold by vendoring these. And don't forget to put on your crafting gloves too. Now, after you've crafted it all, vendor everything you got. And with everything sold, from the grays, the greens, and the crafted gear, I got a total of 8,500 gold within this lockout. That can vary from 7,000 all the way up to 9,000, really depending on how lucky you are with drops and procs, as well as whether or not you clear the Direhorn pack in the middle. And for the record, I did clear that middle pack in every run since I wasn't in a hurry. Of course, this is also a great way to get the paleo steaks for cooking, if that's something you do. These go toward a few different recipes, but at the very least, you can put them and the other mats you've got on the auction house for a bit of extra gold on top of your raw results. So, my thoughts. A certainly nice farm, and certainly easy if you've got the gear and professions for it. The pros here are that the auction house is not required, and since you're farming inside an instance, you will not have competition for the mobs to skin. You can also farm in other places, but that kinda depends on how farmed your server is. One con to this one is that you are limited to the 10 instances an hour, so how fast you clear it doesn't entirely matter if this is all you're doing. That aside, this is still a fabulous option for anyone looking to do a raw gold farm that has the toon capable of handling it. I had to gear my hunter here specifically for this, since it was really a pain below item level 440. And, as a tip for those of you still with me, I have a video coming out soon going over a similar shuffle that I think is better than this one. It's easier, not instance locked, and gave greater results, so keep an eye out for that. As always, if you have any tips and tricks for this farm, share down below. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's never too latte. And that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and poke that bell for more Coffee Field content. Leave a comment down below if you liked it, and remember, it's never too latte.